Morning campers, I'm in the shed. Instant coffee. Maybe I should invest in a cappuccino machine. Cafe's shut, what can I do? Anyway, it is somewhere in January, somewhere in 2024, first week of the year has passed. And it's been a fascinating week. I did a Substack last week about an attack, a demonic attack, where after which was pretty horrific, and what I shared in the Substack was nowhere near the whole attack, but I was told to make it graphic, and it was graphic and it was horrible. But I've had maybe 50 emails from people saying thank you for sharing that, because similar things have happened to me, and the shame of it is what's kind of suppressed it in most people, and that's why I think I was told to post that post. Despite some idiots on Twitter taking the piss out of it, the feedback has been really interesting for me, because one of the emails said, you're the only person I know that's talked about this in graphic detail. Now, I'm not saying that I am, but I do think it's important to just face this stuff off. And what's happened since then is I got in touch with a friend of mine who has been on my show, called Susan Ashley, and Susan is an incredible healer, channeler. She channels a spirit called Cassandra, and she gave me some amazing insights into why this attack had happened. And it actually happened because my starseed family let it happen, because they knew I'd be able to cope with it, and there was a very, very good reason for them letting it happen. Which I'm going to share on my show soon. I'm going to get Susan on to discuss this in more detail, because she's got 30 plus years of doing this kind of work, and I think it's important to share this kind of thing, and to just prove that the light is beating the dark, because that we're living in a time when there are 10-foot aliens in the mall in Miami, hundreds of police cars, airport closed down, blackouts, police not allowed to talk about it, and it's not on the mainstream media. And there's been some very interesting stuff come out about that. One I thought was particularly interesting was a graffiti artist who was there, who witnessed it. He saw a bunch of kids in the mall. He was stood up on the first floor looking down on them, and they had a box. He said it looked like a DVD box or something, and they activated it, or turned it on. Activated is probably more appropriate, and it started to glow, and then all the lights started to flicker, and then this entity stepped out of it, and then everybody was running and screaming the other direction. And the videos of that entity are interesting as well. Is it a false flag? Well, Epstein's flight list was which has been out for quite a long time actually, but was officially out in the mainstream media, so possibly, but wasn't really a big enough event to detract attention from that. And if it was a false flag, well, why wasn't it in the mainstream media? Because they'd be all over it, wouldn't they? So it's very, very interesting times, and it's only the first week of 2024, and I think it's going to get even crazier. Well, I know it is, in 3D anyway. So what have I done? I've, instead of getting bogged down in, oh my God, it's going to be crazy, and must get supplies in and all of that, I'm an apocalyptimist. I know it's going to flip in a really good way at some point. But being tied to the dates, that drives you insane. So you've just got to sort of sit in the shed, have a cup of coffee, ground yourself, do your gratitude for everything you're grateful for, send love to people that you love, block people that are annoying you or energy vampiring you, and just keep yourself centered. And also look at some of the good news that's coming out. So I posted a video this morning on Telegram and Twitter, I think, from Blossom Goodchild, who's a lovely woman in Australia that I've never met, but I do think it's great to see her again, because I'd actually not seen her online for a while, and thanks to Laura for sending me that video. And Blossom has this kind of conversational video talking to the Federation of Light. For those that don't know, there's federations above us. All that Star Trek stuff is true. Well, most of it, until it went woke. In fact, Gene Roddenberry has a connection to Ireland that you may or may not know about. I believe in the 60s he was camped out in the Wexford area, in the hills around there, and communicating with these federations and these councils who basically told him to go and meet Star Trek to help prepare us for the times to come, which is now. Make it so. Number one. Always makes me laugh, because there was no sewing involved. Anyway, so that's worth checking out. And the other one worth checking out is Ramona Lappin, who's also been on my show. And Ramona's German-Irish, living over on the East Coast. So I went over to have lunch with her on Saturday, and it was really lovely meeting her in the flesh, as it were, even though the restaurant was very noisy and the service was shit. But Dublin felt a lot lighter. Previous times I've been into Dublin, it's like... And I was reminded of the videos by that lovely woman in, I think, Texas, and her name's Gina Marie Colvin Hill, and she posted these videos a couple of years ago from the CCTV cameras, which were showing the plasma beings taking the dark energy out of the buildings in Dublin. And weirdly, I just had a phone call about an event being held in one of those buildings, which is a very positive event. And I said, how the hell have you got this building? It's a government building. And the reply I got was, well, it shows you how things are moving, Mark. So I'm not going to reveal details of that event, but that is very, very encouraging. And I also posted Ramona's recent video. Basically, Ramona's tapped into the councils and everything that's going on upstairs interdimensionally, and she's absolutely 100% convinced and correct that it's done up there, and we're watching. It's playing out down here, and there have been delays, and there are some sticking points. But for those of us that understand this, it's just a reminder, really, that it's all good, and it is going to look crazy. It is going to look crazy, but it is all good. And whatever you're doing today, I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless you, and stay strong.